Welcome back to BD Daily Tech News Podcast, your daily briefing on tech and innovation. It's 2026, January 20th, and today's theme is AI is scaling up, scaling out, and still messing up in public.
So we've got AI getting bigger, AI traveling internationally like a pop star, and AI doing the thing where it confidently ruins your day. Love that for us.
3 stories. First, the UAE's G42 says advanced AI chips are arriving within months. Second, the UK government is backing AI that can run lab experiments. Third, an ICE facial recognition app reportedly misidentified a woman twice.
That last one is the scariest genre of tech. Oops, our math did a bureaucracy. Okay, hit me with story 1.
Story 1. Bloomberg reports the UAE's leading AI company, G42, expects first shipments of some of the world's most advanced AI chips to arrive within months. The headline signal is simple. High-end compute is becoming a geopolitical asset, and it's spreading beyond the usual US and China hubs.
When you say advanced AI chips, are we talking like the fancy ovens for baking AI? Because my laptop is basically a toaster that panics.
That analogy works. GPUs and AI accelerators are the industrial kitchens of modern AI. They turn huge piles of data into trained models, and they run those models fast at scale. If you control the kitchen, you control how quickly you can ship new AI features. Chatbots, co-pilots, vision systems, the whole menu.
So the UAE is basically saying, we're not just buying apps, we're buying the stove, which means they can cook faster than countries still microwaving spreadsheets.
Exactly. Why it matters for normal people, compute availability influences what you can access, how expensive it is, and where your data gets processed. More regional capacity can mean lower latency and more local services. But it also raises questions about governance, access controls, and who gets priority when chips are scarce.
Actionable takeaway, if you're a company, you should ask, where is my AI running? Because that's now a compliance question, not just an IT question. Also, if chips are the new oil, I'd like to be an oil baron, but for GPUs.
Practical checklist for listeners. 1. Map your AI vendors' regions and data residency options. 2. Ask whether workloads can fail over to another region without breaking policy. 3. Track whether your key tools are constrained by GPU quotas, because that's the hidden reason the model is slow today.
Okay, so compute is moving. Next story is the UK funding AI to run lab experiments, which sounds like ChatGPT but with a lab coat and access to fire.
Story 2. MIT Technology reports the UK government agency ARIA is backing efforts to build AI that can design and run lab experiments. Think robot biologists and chemists. It's a push towards AI scientists, where software doesn't just suggest ideas, it executes protocols through lab automation.
Simple version, instead of me forgetting step 7 and ruining a whole weekend, the AI follows the recipe perfectly, unless it decides step 7 is vibes.
The tech behind it is a stack, an AI planner that chooses experiments, a control system that talks to instruments, and sensors that measure results. It's basically taking what AI agents do in software, plan, act, observe, and plugging it into physical reality, where mistakes cost time, money, and sometimes safety.
So it's an AI agent with hands. Cool. Terrifying. Also, my Roomba already tries to eat phone chargers, so I'm emotionally prepared for robot scientists to knock over a beaker and blame the intern.
Why it matters for everyday life. If this works, it can accelerate drug discovery, material science, and diagnostics by running more experiments faster and more consistently. But it also shifts the bottleneck to data quality, reproducibility, and oversight, because an AI can scale mistakes as efficiently as it scales breakthroughs.
Actionable angle for listeners? If you're not a chemist, the lesson is still relevant. Automation makes feedback loops faster. In your job, that means the try, measure, improve cycle is about to speed up, and you either write it or you get lapped.
And if you are technical, start thinking in closed loops. Don't just prompt a model, instrument the process. Log inputs, outputs, and failures. The winning teams won't be the ones with the cleverest prompts, they'll be the ones with the cleanest measurement and rollback.
Measurement and rollback. Great. Now let's talk about the story where the measurement is a human face, and the rollback is your life getting paused.
Story 3. A report says an ICE facial recognition app misidentified a woman twice, and ICE has described the app's results as a definitive determination of someone's immigration status. The key isn't that AI makes errors, it's what institutions do with those errors.
Calling it definitive is wild. That's like my GPS driving me into a lake and then saying, definitive, you live here now.
Simple version of the tech, face recognition turns a photo into a numeric fingerprint, then compares it to a database. The output is a similarity score, never a moral truth. Performance depends on lighting, camera quality, database coverage, and thresholds set by policy, not science.
So the AI is basically a bouncer with a calculator. And the real danger is when the club manager says, if the calculator says no, you're out forever.
Exactly. Why it matters? When error costs are high, immigration status, benefits, policing, systems need appeal paths, human review, and audit trails. If your organization uses biometric or identity AI, you should demand 3 things: disclosed error rates, documented thresholds, and a clear escalation process when the model is wrong.
And for regular people, treat face scans like a high-stakes password you can't change. If an app insists on Face ID for something serious, ask what happens when it fails. If the answer is good luck, maybe don't opt in.
Quick hit before we wrap. An item notes Emergent raised $70 million led by major investors and claims annual recurring revenue growth from about $100,000 to $50 million in a short period. Whether or not every number holds up, the trend is real. AI app builders are racing to package workflows into agent-like products.
So the gold rush isn't just models. It's the people selling shovels that say agent on the handle. My actionable advice is don't buy a shovel until it shows you the receipt for what it actually dug up.
Recap: compute is globalizing with advanced chips heading to new regions. Governments are funding AI that can run real experiments. And high-stakes face recognition still shows why definitive is not a technical term. Your play this week? Inventory where AI runs, instrument your workflows, and demand appeal paths for any automated decision.
And if you enjoyed this, subscribe and send it to a friend who thinks AI is magic. It's not magic. It's math, money, and paperwork. Sometimes all at once.
That's it for BD Daily Tech News Podcast. If you want more episodes like this, follow the show and leave a quick review. It helps people find us. We'll be back tomorrow with more tech and AI news you can actually use.